I'm Josh Ebner. Welcome to the PSEG Long Island Home Comfort Whole House Heat Pump Solutions training series. As a home comfort partner, you'll find this series an invaluable guide for learning how to maximize customer savings and rebates when installing a cold climate whole house heat pump system. In this segment, we'll be reviewing quality installations and uncommon scenarios. Real quick, just a couple extra things to think about when you're pricing out a job. You're going to possibly need to make the return grills bigger, increase the size of the flex duct. You really want to keep the static pressure and the ductwork as low as possible. Again, you are going to need to run some extra low voltage conductors to the outdoor unit, to the thermostat. Any ducted system is going to require a strip heater. They all go into defrost, some less than others, or different intervals, different profiles, but you need to have at least a 5 kW in there for when that defrost kicks in, or else you're going to have unhappy customers. A lot of the times you're going to be increasing the capacity. So if you have a 2-ton in that ranch, the house may call for 34,000 BTUs of heat. So if you want to get a whole house rebate on that, you're going to need to install 36,000 BTUs to cover that heat loss. So there's nothing wrong with adding a vent to the bathroom, making the return bigger, making the living room vent larger, adding a run. Increasing that capacity keeps that static pressure low is very important. And take pictures as much as you can before and after the install for your own records. And it could be helpful to us if, for some reason we can't get out there to verify. We want to be able to process the rebate as smoothly as we can. Just a couple quick unusual scenarios. If you have a 400 square foot addition on a home, so not a gut renovation, not a new construction. So I've gotten the question, can I put this through as new construction? The answer is no. You can't have a small addition go through as new construction because the whole house really needs to be modeled or up to modern building standards to go new construction. A garage being converted to apartment, that can be considered a whole house scenario if it's being renovated to code and someone would be living there full time. A converted garage to an apartment can be considered a whole house project, even though it may not be the main house. Same thing, we've had cottages with no existing heating system out in the Rockaways or Fire Island. You have a lot of these cottages that they have no heat. What you want to model that is on the worksheet is either propane or oil or whatever other fuel homes in the area may have if they weren't going to install an air source heat pump. So places like Davis Park, you might go propane as the existing. You can get a whole house rebate on a cottage with no existing heating system. Guest house on the same electrical meter as the main house. If someone's not living there full time and it's not going to be like a rented apartment, then you cannot put that through as a whole house project. A couple more frequently asked questions. Is there a limit? No. I mentioned before the manual J is the only limit. It's the amount of units that can be rebated. If you put in more units or more capacity than the manual J calls for, then we would not rebate that. The second one, you're disabling the boiler for space heating, but you need to keep it running for the indirect tank. So how do you prove to us that the boiler's been disabled? In a situation like this, the idea is you've really removed the fossil fuel, right? You'd like to rip it completely out, the boiler, but it does heat an indirect tank to supply hot water to the homeowner. So you can leave it in place. What you need to do is show us somehow either cut out the circulators, remove the thermostats that control the space heating, unwire the zone panel. You need to show us that can't supply space heating anymore. And when you do that, the integrated control is no longer required because technically you don't have a secondary fuel source at that house. Does PSEG Long Island want to know information about the strip heater being installed? Short answer on that is no. In no parts of our application do we ask about the strip heater size. Thanks for watching. To see this whole series and to access additional helpful program content, be sure to visit us often at psegLINY.com.